news.
Chris Broussard, let's bring him in, our NBA voice on FS1. I got to tell you, everybody complains about NBA and our 3 of the last 4 teams. I think it's been, I was telling Joy this the other day, I think it's been as good a second-round playoffs and on as I ever remember. So let me just throw this out. Dallas Mavericks 2011, Toronto Raptors. A lot of similarities, Chris.
Are you predicting the Raptors win this?
I'm saying...
National radio, you're saying this? National
I
TV?
am saying 1-star, good coach, massive dogs, length, veterans. And by the way, that Heat team had a little drama. This Warrior team got a little drama.
Well, look, obviously, like you said, there are some similarities. Nick Nurse has done a terrific job. He's not where Rick Carlisle was at that point. Rick Carlisle had been in Indiana. They had some great teams.
Fair.
Detroit. And so there's a difference there. The veterans in Dallas had a little more championship pedigree.
Jason Kidd.
Jason Terry, Jason Kidd. Jason Terry hadn't won, but Jason Kidd, Sean Marion, Tyson Chandler. A little bit different, but there's some similarities. To me, where the big difference is comparing that Miami team to this Warriors team. That Miami team, as a group, had never won anything together. Their chemistry wasn't great. They liked each other, obviously, but as far as figuring out how we're going to work the LeBron-Wade dynamic, they really hadn't figured that out yet. It was more kind of taking turns. They did that their second year, figured it out. Whereas obviously Golden State has the tremendous chemistry and the experience of winning championships. And let's face this too, that Miami team, if LeBron hadn't frozen up those last 3 games or whatever it was, they're going to win that series. They were up 2-1.
But
they should have won that series.
Kevin Durant's calf froze up. Listen.
So I got the Warriors in 6.
Okay. Do you think Kevin Durant plays?
No.
You don't think he plays?
I don't think he plays. I don't think he plays.
Why?
One, I think the injury is more serious than people are letting on. I mean, we've said that every week or so as the Warriors have released new, diagnoses of the injury. I've heard some things. I'm not going to say, a great source told me he's out. But I've heard some things talking to people around the league. But I don't think he comes back. I'm not reporting it that he's not coming back. But if you ask me my opinion based on conversations and things, I don't think he plays again, but I still think the Warriors win in 6. So that means I think KD's played his last game as a Warrior.
Oh my Lord! What a weird, awful ending. That's awful.
Well, he's gonna get a 3rd ring, and it will be a ring. He's earned that ring. He was a big part of his team.
I don't have a problem.
So it'll be 3 rings. So
they had a lead in that series against Houston when he got hurt, right?
Well, it was 2-2.
Oh, they didn't. What a terrible ending to this career.
No, he's going to go elsewhere, and maybe he'll win some rings. Here's the thing. If they win it without KD, he has to leave. There's never been a player in the NBA that won championships as good as KD that was in a situation where the feeling was, or if they win it, the reality is they don't need you. The players of his ilk, Tim Duncan, Larry Bird, Hakeem Olajuwon, LeBron, can you imagine any of their teams winning a championship without them? And this is what people are challenging KD on, and some criticizing him on, is, look, you're too good to not be needed. Go somewhere where you're needed and you win a championship, your already great legacy lifts you higher. Like, if you want to be in that top 5 conversation, I think he wants to even be higher in the conversation. You have to go somewhere where they need you. I
was saying professional mobility. You've moved around the country, Akron Bee, New York Times, the other place here, and I've done the same thing. You and I have, that's fine. And Joy has done the exact same thing. Joy has bounced around the country, local, national, and I was saying, and we're not saying we're Kevin Durant, but
we won rings in other places.
Professional mobility, the good thing is you don't have to deal with a lot of struggle sometimes. You can join a really good company that's rolling.
Right.
The downside is you always feel a little bit like an outsider. Like there's a secret handshake for the guys that have been in a company 40 years. And with Kevin Durant the other day, he talked about that. It's their team. It's my team. And part of me, again, I'm not analogous to KD, but I'm saying, I get it. He's saying, like, I get it. The people out here don't think I'm part of the team. I mean, Draymond and Kevin Durant fought this year, and Draymond yelled at him, "We won without you." Part of me feels bad a little bit for KD. Like, it's like he's got this narrative in America, like, we don't need you. And I'm like, the guy's sensitive to begin with.
Right. Here's how that narrative ends or changes. If they lose, if he doesn't play in this series and they lose, and he stays, and obviously they're going to be great if he stays and they win more championships down the line, maybe they win the next 2 years, that narrative changes. Actually, it changes. Once they lose without him, it changes.
They need him.
And then if the only reason he's thinking about leaving is validation, like, get this mental asterisk off my name that all these superstars are saying is there. And, I got to show people that, I can win it with my own team. If that's the only reason he's leaving, if they lose, stay. Help them open up the new arena, win another championship. Maybe you stay and you win 5 or 6 titles. Who knows? But that's what's on the line, in my view.
Oh, I agree.
With these finals.
It's fascinating how everything has changed. We're all trying to guess where guys go, right? And whereas we had a sense LeBron and the Lakers always felt like it was going to happen, just think about Kevin Durant. We're absolutely sure he's going to go, right? That's all the reports.
That's the feeling, yep.
Then he gets hurt. That's a shocker. Then they win without him. That's a shocker. Now, it's almost like if they lost without him and he stayed, that would be the third shocker. Things happen in threes. Because
that would be a shock.
I find myself, I do think he's the best basketball player in the world. Kawhi's a better defensive player, but I think offense is more important in the NBA.
KD's better offensively, no doubt.
Let me go to this. In fact, I'm going to take a break. I got 2 things to ask you. I got 3 things to ask you about. Did Giannis gag? Because I'm going to defend Giannis today on a couple of things. Chris Broussard around the corner. Happy Memorial Day, and thank you so much for stopping by. Back in a second. It's The Herd.